How long would it usually take you to make about 600 bucks? For me, as a carpenter slash guy in the army slash security guard, that would take me a whole week of full-time work, 40 hours. But today, I'm gonna show you how you can make over $600 just in 1 hour by writing some emails with email copywriting. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but there are two main reasons as to why you're able to make just so much money with copywriting. Number one is that pay per hour is clearly inferior to pay per result, especially when it comes to anything that involves marketing or sales like copywriting does. So I'll give you an example. The problem with pay per hour is that the better you get at what you do, the more you're penalized. Meaning, if you can do the same amount of work as other people can do in an hour in just half the time, that means you're gonna earn half the pay. And business owners understand that that makes absolutely no sense. They don't care how long it takes you. They don't care if you're working for other clients, and they seriously don't care even how hard you work on it, as long as it gets them the results. And the best way to get the results is by getting the skill. And that is one of the things that I'm going to teach you in this video. The second reason as to why this is possible is because you're leveraging an asset that's simply not even yours. You're able to leverage an asset that somebody else built, which is their email list. Everybody knows that email lists are highly profitable. They're the most profitable form of online digital marketing. So by you being able to utilize someone else's email list, make them tons of money, and only get a small cut for yourself, it will only take you a few hours to just make 3K or 4K per month. Now, is this an instant money glitch? No, obviously not. You're gonna have to be really good at what you do, really good at copywriting, really good at marketing, and you're going to have to get clients, which is another thing I'll show you how to do at the very end of this video. So make sure you stick around. And of course, if you're skeptical, you probably should be, but don't worry because I always come with the proof. So here are some screenshots of not only my wins, but some of the students that I've been teaching and how they've been able to do it as well. So this was one of my first big copywriting deals that I got. That was for a couple $1,000s. And it goes a little bit something like this. Now, I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so the names are blurred out, but this is how it went. So, hi Tyson, great to meet you. Would love to see some email samples, thanks. Essentially, I reached out to them saying, I have some email samples for your list. They said, thanks Tyson, thanks for sending me those emails over. After I sent them over, questions, do you have a portfolio you could send? And do you write other types of copy besides email? And she says, thanks. And then my answer was, hey, here's a link to some of my work. And then I give them my portfolio. So super important. You need a portfolio. If you want to learn how to get a portfolio, how to build one, that video is on this channel as well. You can watch it after this one. But again, your copywriting skills, like I'm saying, is a big thing that's going to actually get you clients. Because if I sent over my portfolio and it was dookie balls, nobody would want to work with me. So you better actually get your skill in gear, like I'm about to show you in this video, before you think you're going to start making money with copywriting. Okay. So next. And yes, I also write sales page copy as well. Here's the link if you're open to a call to discuss any ideas or small projects we can work on to see if we'd be a good fit. Okay, W offer. And then she says to me, hey Tyson, awesome, thanks. I've booked a call with you and our content strategy and myself. We have a small project we'd like to discuss. Talk soon. So I believe we got on a call. And then she says, it was great to meet you yesterday. As promised, you should expect the NDA to be sent to your email sometime today. Please let me know once you've signed it and we'll send you over a brief with the necessary resources. Also, I'm curious, how much do you typically quote per email? Below, I say, I typically quote $200 per email. Then she says, hey, thanks. Sounds good. Thanks for confirming. Please send over the email copy before tomorrow. Looking forward to your next procedure. Easy, simple, chop. 8 emails, $200 each. That's $1,600 in the bag, right? How long do you think it takes you to write an email? For me, after I've done all the research, it takes about 20 minutes to write an email, right? And the thing is that these emails don't have to be perfect. A big thing that's going to stop copywriters from progressing quickly is perfectionism. So punch perfectionism in the face. Don't even worry about it, okay? Send them over some emails that you've written up quickly and simply just ask if you're on the right track. If they have revisions that they want you to make, then they send them back and you make them and you send them back over. Super simple, super easy, okay? So when it comes to writing these emails, you're going to want to obviously time yourself. It's going to take you a long time at first, but after a while, again, it's not going to take a long time. This is the reason why you're able to make so much money with copywriting is because of pure efficiency. If you can blast out a ton of emails, then you're able to make a lot of money with copywriting. But if you take like 2 hours to write an email, how much money do you think you're going to be able to make with copywriting? You're not going to be able to make much because you're over here slow. You're slow as a snail. So we got to pick up the pace, pick up the speed. Money loves speed. Everybody knows this. So actually employ it in your program, in your strategy. And if you think I'm the only one, maybe I just got lucky, that's not even true either, because you can see some of my students doing the exact same thing, and we're going to check it out. So this, for example, is my student Jay. Yo, Jay Peth. He's an absolute boss. Love Jay Peth. So essentially, this is one of his many deals where he hit up an old prospect, and now he's getting 3 welcome emails plus set up in MailChimp, easy money, just to contrast this to you guys. So $650 US is what he got paid for writing those 3 emails, which is $960 in Australian, which is where he lives, which is 40 hours of work for the average worker. So just to put it into contrast, he's basically making a week's of wages in just 3 emails plus just setting them up in MailChimp. And then this is his other client, right? Another deal that he's working on. Next payment coming in is going to be 3.5K USD. And this was from his last one, a different one, a completely different one, a third one for $1,200 Australian right there. But he's not the only one, because there's Ethan as well. And he says, I've been aiming for commission deals. I made $1,300 last week for around 19 hours of work. That's $68.50 per hour. So basically $70 per hour. Plus I get 10% of each sale in perpetuity, meaning forever. So he's just earning basically passive income off of all the sales that he just created. And this is just one of the 3 clients I've gotten since joining in April 7th. It's worth it 100%, but not magic. As I've told you guys, you've got to put in the work, like the coach is saying. But then there's also Jared, who I'm also super proud of, because he went 2 years without getting a client. And now finally in 40CI, he's gotten a client after working with me and my team. Commission deal, and he's making 7% off of the email list. And the email list is making 50 to 80K per month. 7% of the lowest end there, 50K, is over 3K per month, just for, again, writing the emails. So if you're wondering if there's money in copywriting, still, I mean, these are extremely recent as well, extremely recent. And I also talk to these guys every single day. Okay. So it doesn't get much realer than this. Now look, every time I post about this, one of the students, I get all these DMs. I want to join. How do I join? How do I join? You can't just join. You have to apply. So the link is in the description. If it still works, the link actually still takes you to the page, then there's still spots available. If not, the spots aren't available if the link doesn't work. So that's basically that. If you want to go apply, it's down below. So why would people buy from emails in the first place? The reason is because they're educational, entertaining, and profitable for businesses. People read emails for the same reason why they watch YouTube, Instagram, etc. It's just slightly less brain rot. People are going to go through their email and read them. Now, a lot of people have this false preconceived notion that emails are just like these images of the product and then, 20% off. And those might be the emails that you are used to, but those are not the emails that we are talking about here. So for example, here are a bunch of the responses that I get from my emails that I either send out to my clients or just from my own email list. You're a genius, Tyson. That speech left me with a chill all over my body. And the fire within me is rising like the temperature in a room rising second by second. So translation, it hyped them up. Yo, Tyson, thanks for all this awesome information. It's very helpful for me to take the next step. I hope you send this kind of information to me in the future as well. Meaning, he not only just loved the email I just sent him, he's basically telling me he's going to open all the rest of the emails forever. Wow, this is a gold mine, Tyson. I will keep grinding and make it possible. Man, I wish I could make emails like you, so smooth and with value. When you write emails that people just love to read, they're not going to care if you have a link at the bottom to sell them something, right? They're not going to care. Even if they don't buy, even if they don't interact with it, they're still going to be interacting with you. They're going to be building that know, like, and trust. And while they might not purchase from you at that very second, somewhere down the line, it is likely that they will. So not only am I going to show you how to write emails like these, but also how to offer these services to your clients to start making money as soon as this very week. Now I'm going to show you how to write 3 emails in 60 minutes, which $200 per email plus $600 in just 1 hour. This is exactly what it looks like. So guys, the key here is to follow the process, be fast, and never let perfectionism slow you down, okay? You want to essentially brain dump everything on the page and then go back afterwards. That is the best way to do it. If you try to write something perfect and then revise it as you're writing it and go back and change it and then write it some more and go back and change it, you're never going to get anywhere, okay? So here's the formula, my friends. You want to follow this formula to the T. So number one is pick a real entrepreneur. No fairy tale copy, okay? Don't sit there and say, I'm gonna write an email about a fitness product. No. You have to first find a fitness product, find the offer, and do the rest of the steps I'm about to show you here. Next is to gather info on the brand voice in an acronym I call COMPILE, COMPILE framework. Next is to pick an email structure. DIC, PAS, HSO, listicle, CJN, ABCD, EFG, HIJK, LMNOP, QR, STUV, W, X, Y, and Z. It doesn't matter what it is. All of those are going to be given to you in this video. They're all inside of the free copy starter kit. And there's tons and tons and tons of, templates, as you can see. Next, you're going to want to write a rough draft of the email. So just brain dump, like I said, write the email, 10 minutes, all it should take. Next is to optimize and revise the email, another 10 minutes or so, and also use some AI to make it even better. I'm going to show you exactly the AI prompts that I use to improve my copy. And then next is simply go through the peer review process. Post it in the school community or in the Discord community so it can get reviewed. You can get other people's eyes on it and you can get better. And you can also look at other people's copy in these communities. So it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. So here's what the timeline actually looks like. The first email is going to take longer because you have to do your research. Now, people always ask me, Tyson, how do I do audience research? How do I do avatar research? It's not really about that because most of the time, like 99% of the time, unless you're working with a brand new business who just started yesterday, the research will already be done for you. They already have the research, right? So a lot of the times my clients have just been able to send me over essentially a document with all the research already in it. So I'm like, okay, I don't need to do any research. It's all right here. Or sometimes, all right, basically all the time, they have like a video sales letter, they have an offer, they have promotions that they've already done. Bro, the research is already in that. You don't need to go and go out in the marketplace and research what these people want and research what these people like and research what they're going through, because chances are your client's already done that. Right? They already have marketing going up. They're already doing something. So compiling really does not take long. The work's already done for you, dude. And if your client doesn't have it, then your client's competitors will have pretty much something similar as well. Look at what they're doing too. And then next is to ideate, right? I just write down all my ideas. I come up with the subject lines and what the emails are going to be about in like literally 5 minutes. Okay, you guys are going to see me do this in real time. I'm quick with it. Yeah, I'm just quick with it. Next is to structure plus write and then polish. 10 minutes to structure and write, 10 minutes to polish with each, right? So with the 30 minutes of research out of the way, because you only ever have to do that once, and then you can write a bajillion emails from just that one piece of research. And then they should take like about 20 minutes each to finish. So step one is to pick a real entrepreneur. So today we're going to be talking about my boy, Ridge Krause. Now it's funny, this guy actually DM'd me a long time ago, and I was just looking for people to write for, and I happened to come across him. And as you can see, he DM'd me saying, bro, your content is fire. I said, I appreciate that. He told me how consistent I am over the voice message. I said, thanks. And then I let him know actually the other day, hey bro, just thought I'd let you know I'm making a YouTube video about you, LOL. And he said, oh crap, bro, no way. What about you talking smack? And I said, nah, of course not. Going to be writing emails for your brand. I think your VSL is good, which it actually is, and would make for a good example for some emails. He said, hell yeah, bro, I'm honored. And he asked me when I'm going to make it, release it. And I said, next week. So with that being said, dude, bro, Ridge, this is for you, man. And let's hop right into the video and make these emails. So here are some more examples of some things you can look up or some people you can find to do emails for. Personal training offers, business to business offers, like I'll help you with ads, for example. That's an example of that. Biz op offers, I'll help you make money online offers. Relationship offers, I'll help you get more dates, date higher quality women, date more women, etc., etc. So next is to gather info on the brand voice. So his VSL is right here. As you can see, it is a simple 25-minute VSL. I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of things in here that are explanation that I wouldn't put in email. So I watched a good probably 15 minutes of it on 1.5 speed. So really it took me like 10-ish minutes to gather all the info that I needed, right? And I'll show you the formula that I have below. All you have to do is fill out this formula, dude. Fill it out and you'll have all the ammo you need to write as many emails as you'll ever need. Compile framework. Common sayings, the offer, methods that people usually teach that are inferior to mine and why, problems the audience faces, intros, as in their hooks, lessons from their stories, and evasions, as in objections. Like why are they trying to evade what you're trying to teach them? So let's go through these one by one and talk about what they actually are. Also, as a disclaimer, I should have put this at the beginning of this video. I'm still battling with strep throat, so if I sound weird, that is why. I'm struggling, but you know what? We show up anyways. So, common sayings. What does this creator say often? Do they have catchphrases or things that they say commonly in every single video? Next is the offer. What is your client's offer statement? What results do they help people get and how? Okay. Again, I'll give you examples of all of these as we go on. And if you want this exact document, you already know where it's going to be in the free copy starter kit linked down below this video. So methods that are inferior to mine and why. So what are some methods that are widely taught and viewed as true? Why do they seem like a good idea? Why are they actually inferior? What do you teach? Or why does it actually work better? Next is problems that the audience faces. What are some hyper-specific problems that your audience faces? What does it lead to in the long term? Okay. A problem can be, oh, someone doesn't have money, but that's not really an ultra-specific problem. A problem could be they don't have money, so they have to work like crazy. And because they have to work like crazy, they have zero freedom and they can't afford to fix anything. So what happens is they end up going into debt to pay essential things. And now that they're going farther and farther and farther to debt, it's going to be harder for them to ever come out. So now, even if they do get that raise, even if they do get that promotion, even if they do come into a big break, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to dig themselves out of that hole. And instead of creating generational wealth, they're creating generational debt. Okay, that's just something that came off the top of my head. But you get what it means. It's hyper specific. And it's also going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole of all the bad things that will happen if you don't fix this right now. Next is the intros and hooks. So essentially what you're going to want to do here is go to their social media, go to their reels or their TikTok or their shorts and see which hooks perform the best. Okay. So if their average views is like 2,000 and their best views is like 10,000, then you're going to want to look at the 10,000 viewed videos and see what they're actually doing there. So for this guy, for example, Ridge, you can see his average is like 2,000, 3,000, somewhere around there. But then we have this one, for example, 4,000. Okay. What does that one do? And then we have this one over here, 4,000. Okay. What does that one do? And then we have this one over here, which is 12,000. What makes that one tick? The biggest thing that actually gets these views is the hook. So that's why it's so important. This one has 11,000. This one has 17,000. This one has 14,000. So those are the ones that I looked at. I copied down the hooks because those are going to be used as ammo for our copywriting emails, of course. Next is evasions, as in objections. So what might someone think when they hear your solution? What will lead them to be skeptical? What is the best way to overcome these objections? Having all of those, super important. Again, ammo. Bro, once you create and fill out all of these, dude, you can just work away, bro. I've done this and created a month's worth, 30 emails just after doing this once for like 30 minutes, dude. It's that easy. So, example of him, common sayings, so that you're a business owner and not just a person with a glorified high-paying job. This is something I heard him say a couple times. So essentially, he runs a video agency coaching company where he helps you take your video agency that's stuck at 5 to 10K per month and how to actually scale it and get more clients. And that's his offer. That's what he does. Okay. So a lot of the times when people are running a video ad agency, they're doing everything themselves and they're essentially just a freelancer instead of a business owner. So if you want to turn your freelancing gig into a business, he shows you how to do that. So this is kind of like a common saying that he has to put everything into perspective. His offer, I'll personally help you scale your video agency past 10K per month by building an Instagram funnel, right? Instagram, now I could go deeper than this, right? Because he talks about things like ads and honing in his offer, but I just created just the offer statement. Okay, that's all I was really concerned with this part. I could make it even like just another part right here where I go even more in depth, but for time's sake, again, I'll just leave it like that. Next is methods that are inferior to mine and why. So most people try to rely on word of mouth connections or just luck for their lead gen, as in generating leads, as in the next person who's going to pay them. This gets people stuck at 5K months. I instead teach you to elevate the quality of your work and scale your agency by pumping up the caliber of your systems you use to generate leads and acquire new clients. Okay, so that's one example. I'm not going to go through every single one here because I have quite a bit. I'm going to go through the emails that I wrote for him line by line. So that's going to be a little bit time consuming. So I'm going to kind of skim this part. Next is problems that the audience faces. So when you get your first big payout for your first big client, it feels great. You ride it into the next month feeling unstoppable because you got that awesome deal until that wave comes crashing down. You end up hunting for the next deal for the next 3 to 5 months. Right? Imagine how that would feel. The time between getting clients can hurt your ego and your wallet, and of course a few more points here as well. So some of the intros and hooks that I actually stole from his high-performing Instagram reels. Posting every day is getting you nowhere if you don't do these 2 things. I spent 2 years learning how to scale my video agency to 40K per month. But let me tell you in just 300 words exactly how I do it again in just 60 days. Now, in the video, he said 3 minutes. In the email, I don't know if 3 minutes would make sense. So I put 300 words. Maybe I'd use that as a lead, okay? Some more lessons from stories. So this one is super important. Stories are a great way to sell because they show why you're convinced or why other people are convinced rather than trying to convince the reader, okay? Which is actually, it turns out, the best way to convince them. So you can tell the stories of either the students or you can tell the stories of him himself. So my student Tyler was struggling to hone in his offer, and after honing in on a niche that he loved and implementing a system, he went from 8K per month to over 21K per month in just over 60 days. Another story that he told on his Instagram was, I gained 6,000 followers in a week and now I'm mad. Why? Because I'm a proud member of the antiviral community. Most followers aren't my ideal audience, so they mess up the algorithm. It's like throwing a rock into the gears of a machine, okay? Another interesting angle. This also goes with like challenging things that most people hold true, right? Changing the paradigm. And then next and last and finally not least are the evasion of belief, right? So the objections. If I niche down, right, won't I get less views and less money from my content? So one of his lessons is to niche down, right? Create hyper-specific content. And the objection to that is, won't I get less views and make less money? And next is you have to set up an Instagram funnel. But setting up an Instagram funnel system seems too complicated. It seems too complicated. I don't know how to do that. And last but not least, we have spending money on ads is risky and costly. I don't want to lose money. Right, that's the third thing. So here are the reversals. If I niche down, won't I get less views and less money? No, this is a common misconception. It's better to have a small group of followers that love you than a large group of followers who just don't mind you. Instagram shows your content to similar people that follow you. If you have a mishmash of random people following you, you'll get more random people. If you have an audience of ideal clients, you'll get more of the same. Don't fall for the vanity metrics. So as you can see there, I walk you through concisely why, how exactly I would handle this objection. And then the next one, setting up an Instagram funnel is too complicated. I hear this a lot. And the funny thing is your Instagram already has a funnel, whether you know it or not. You just haven't mapped it out yet. With just a few small tweaks to your customer journey, you can easily increase the portion of viewers that convert into lifetime clients. And lastly, but not least, the last objection, spending money on ads is risky and costly. I don't want to lose money. Yeah, but only if you do it wrong. Most people try ads and fail, or ads just freak them out because they're scared of risk. Ads won't work if you don't have a proven offer, don't have a specific target demo, don't follow a proven ad framework, and don't spend at least $500 on one campaign, or if you don't have funnel flow. So now we're getting into structure picking, okay? And just as a lesson, copy is not written as the name suggests, copy is assembled. So now that you have all the building blocks, now we go over the schematics, the blueprints, and then you just plug and play and plug and play. Okay, this is why you're able to create copy so proficiently. This is not like writing a book where you sit there, blank screen, and you think of like a big web of things to write, and you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go, and you start writing, and then you look at it, and you're like, nah, and then you delete like the last 5 pages. No, this is not what we're doing, okay? These emails essentially write themselves, dude. So the angles. Here's the angles that I thought of initially. Ads don't work. Here's why you think that. Making money over getting views. Strategic content moves the needle. Or subject line, I gained 6K followers this week and I'm mad. Business is basically ruined. So I'm going to go through each one of these emails and describe them as I go on. So my initial subject line with this email was, if you want more clients, get less views, ... Okay. So this is a good email because again, it's going against the conventional knowledge. And With the dot dot question mark, it's a good way to add intrigue because people don't know if you're actually saying it or if you're just addressing something that someone else says. The more curiosity, the more intrigue, the more clicks. So the problem with this, the only one small problem with this is that, as you can see, if I go up here to tools and I go to word count after highlighting the subject line, it is 43 characters. So ideally, I want 40 characters or less. Okay, this is a rule of thumb that I use because usually when people just look at a shorter subject line, the idea of what the email is pops in their head faster. And when you send this on mobile, the email subject line could possibly be cut off. So maybe they'll only see this much of the subject line, and I want them to see the whole thing. So I just went ahead and shortened it. So because that was too long, I created an alternative. Less views equals more clients, dot, 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 question mark. Essentially means the exact same thing, just said in less characters. And this is a crucial copywriting skill that you got to be able to do on the fly. You see a line and it looks a little bit too long. You got to know how to shorten it, how to break it up, how to say the exact same thing in just a smaller amount of words. Are your views staying still? Good. And no, I'm not just being a jerk and rubbing it in, because less views actually means more clients. I know this sounds crazy. I thought the same thing when I heard less views is better for business. It's like saying a Wendy's Baconator diet is the best way to lose weight. But hear me out. The problem with most video agency owners are facing isn't that they don't have enough views. It's that they don't have enough views from their ideal audience. Let me break it down. GIF of Australian Olympics dancer Ray Gunn, right? So I say, let's break it down, and I show some breakdancing GIF. This is some comedic relief. So with that being said, let's move on. There's two types of agency owners that I often see. Here's an example. Agency owner A went viral for posting a funny cat video. Instagram following is now filled with middle-aged moms, but still gets 0 new clients for their car video agency. Okay. Why? Because they're filled with a bunch of randoms, obviously. But then there's agency owner B, posts more than a teenager on a selfie spree. Content is stuck below 200 views. And basically, nobody knows they exist. But I help people become the third type of video agency owner. One that actually gets clients consistently, doesn't have to depend on word of mouth to get new deals, and has the ability to scale their video agency past 5 to 10K per month. Agency owner C posts hyper-specific content only relevant to their ideal audience, focuses on conversions over views, and turns their Instagram into a client-getting machine. But I get it. Sounds complicated, right? Well, the funny thing is, it's not. In fact, you can learn to get clients consistently in under 25 minutes. So in case you missed it, here's the 25-minute training I created to show you how to add an extra 5K in the next 14 days with your video agency. And of course, this 25-minute video is this video sales letter right here, which he tells you to book a call with him. Once you book a call, he will essentially help you, but also say, by the way, I can coach you or help you in your system. All it takes is whatever his offer is, probably, I'm going to take a wild guess here and say 7 to 10 grand. 7 to 10 grand seems pretty swingable. He's helping people who are already making money. He has good results already. He serves like a professional. He's actually a good marketer. So I could see him charging 7 to 10 grand for this. Now, if you take action and implement these strategies, you're guaranteed radical results. And the best part, this training is yours completely free as a gift for being a loyal email list subscriber. And then you sign off. Peace. Right? So there's not really much to break down or explain on that email. Essentially, all I was doing was painting out a problem, right? Or a challenge. I was challenging their preconceived notion. Most people think that views are great, but views aren't always the best because you need a bunch of your ideal customers. I have some spots here where I'm doing comedic relief. So the thing with comedic relief is that it is crucial to making really, really great emails that people love reading. Okay. If you love reading the emails, you're going to read the emails in the future. And although they could be helpful or educational, that's only one dimension, right? When they're educational and entertaining, that's 2 dimensions. So that is essentially what you want. And then the rest of the email in the body is essentially me just driving the point home as to what the problem is, why people are seeing this, why this is happening. Then I give them a solution, right? This is the solution. And then I give them the CTA, which is if you want to implement this solution, here's a free 25-minute video that you can check out. The video leads them to the sales page, the video sales letter. The video sales letter leads them to the calendar. The calendar leads them to the call. And the call, of course, is where they close. So next up, we have a learning lesson story. So subject line, I gained 6K followers last week. I'm mad. So because this is a little long, still 43 characters, I'm just going to put got. I got 6K followers last week. I'm pissed, right? So it means the exact same thing. I just changed it up just a little bit. And while it's not perfect grammar, people will understand what I'm trying to say. Business is actually ruined. So, this is just intriguing. Why? I thought 6K new followers would be a good thing. So let's read it. Hey, first name. Last week, I gained 6K followers. Now, while most people would be celebrating, I'm actually pretty bummed. Why? Because I'm a proud member of the antiviral community. And you should be too if scaling your video agency is your main goal. Here's why. See, I used to be like most video agency owners and rely on things like word of mouth to get clients. The problem? Sometimes nobody would be word of mouthing to each other. This led to an emotional roller coaster of nail biting and stress. I created my video agency because I wanted to make a living doing what I love. But that's pretty hard to do when you have bills coming up and don't know where your next client is coming from. Fast forward after 2 years, my first 2 years, and I've turned my Instagram into a client getting machine. But then these 6K random followers hopped on the boat and threw a tiny wrench in the system. Why? Because they affect the Instagram algorithm negatively. When I use IG ads, it'll show my content to slightly less of my ideal clients. Now, is this actually going to ruin my business? Nah. Maybe I was being a little bit dramatic. But now, instead of having a feast and famine revenue months, my biggest issue is it might cost me $1 extra to get a client the next time I want to run ads. But for you as an agency owner, the task of building an Instagram funnel and running ads probably sounds complex. What if my ads flop? What if I lose money? What do I even say in the ads? All very valid questions. Now, you can figure this out on your own, which could take you a lot of time and a small fortune before you start to see results. Or you could also stay stuck with your agency growth, or you could work with me to double or even triple your video agency revenue. Click here to book a call with me so we can talk about how I can help you scale your video agency. As a warning, there's only so many calls that I can take, so make sure you schedule sooner rather than later. Sign off. CTA here was not going to the video sales letter, but instead was going straight to a book a call link. So honestly, again, there's not really too much that I'm doing here, right? This is not anything crazy. This is not anything new, but I will break it down slightly, okay? So I gave some context, right? I shattered people's preconceived notions of, being viral is good, okay? Virality is not good. Ideal clients is good, right? And again, I want to just quickly point out how all of what you write about is inside the VSL, right? So there are a bunch of big ideas. Me as a copywriter and a copywriting coach, the big ideas that I tell people are like, you have to have a portfolio. You want to build your personal brand so you look different than everybody else. You want to send outreaches that are different and non-conventional so that your clients haven't seen them before. You want to send out tons of value, right? Those are the things that are around my offer. But those are also the things that I teach people and show people in my emails and in my videos. So those are the big ideas you want to write about. So when people just ask, well, what do I write about? I mean, that's just why. Everything inside of the video sales letter and things that contribute to people believing and getting closer to their belief shifts that will let them identify with that offer. Because let's just say, for example, that people have never heard this before, right? People have never heard the idea of you don't want to chase views, you want to chase your ideal client views. If people haven't heard of that ever before and they go straight to the VSL, they're not going to be as susceptible to buying the program or just getting on a call because they don't believe it in the first place. But if you make the people believe it and understand it before they even look at the video sales letter, then they're already going to be sold on the idea. They're already going to be sold on the idea. When you sell the thing that sells the thing, they're going to hop on a call and they're going to be more susceptible to working with you. Okay. So more comedic relief when I say people wouldn't be word of mouthing to each other, right? That's kind of like a joke right there. I also added some emojis in here as well, just to kind of convey the fact that I'm not being extremely serious. I told a little bit of a story here about my success with, getting followers and making money from Instagram. I talked about the 6K random followers, and then I started talking about Instagram ads, right? Now, take note of how I tactfully go into the call to action, the CTA. A lot of people's CTAs are just disjointed. They don't really make sense. They don't flow together well. So I say, okay, I know what you're probably thinking. You probably have lots of questions and you probably have these preconceived worries about ads, and they're all very valid. Right? So you have a couple of options. This is called a crossroads close. A crossroads close is when you give people options. You can stay stuck where you're at. You can try to do it on your own, waste a bunch of time and money, or you can do it with me, where I'll basically hold your hand and get you to where you want to go. All very simple. You can use these all the next time that you're creating a piece of copy. And now last but finally not least is the PAS, problem, agitate, solution, promo angle. I guess I could have explained what these are too, because a lot of people ask. So this is the learning lesson story. That's what that structure is called. This structure is called CJN, which simply means challenge, justify, and need. Okay. If you don't understand these structures, you need to watch at least the free 8-hour copywriting course that I've uploaded, because then you're not really going to have any of these basic questions anymore. You're going to be on the same track as everybody else, and you can actually work quicker towards getting your first client with copywriting and making that good money. So here's the PAS promo angle. Subject line: posting every day is ruining your IG. Do this instead. Hey, first name, hot take. You shouldn't be posting on Instagram every day, or even every week, or at all, if you don't have an optimized offer, that is. So if you want more clients from Instagram, let me show you how in the next 3 minutes. Most video agency owners focus on vanity metrics, views, followers, and likes. But here's the problem. You can't deposit views, followers, or likes into your bank account. But I mean, how awesome would it be if you could, right? Getting more clients for your video agency isn't a popularity contest. If you really want to get more clients from the following you already have, the best thing you can do is make an irresistible offer. An offer is so good, it almost feels illegal, but it is actually legal. People tell their friends about it, and people don't think twice about saying yes. Take my student Tyler, for example. After honing in on his niche that he loved, then optimizing his offer, he went from 8K per month to over 21K per month in over 60 days. This is the power of a great offer. If you want to learn how to create one, it's not rocket science. An optimized offer is a reliable way to turn viewers into clients, and a solid strategy. Create those, and the sky truly is your limit with your video agency. If you'd like a hand setting the system up for yourself, click here to book a strategy session with me. We can create a game plan on how you can scale your video agency using the same systems that Tyler did, and then sign off, okay? So again, what's understood don't got to be explained. You can see exactly what I did here. I gave some bullets on why your irresistible offer is so important, what will make people feel. I gave you the solution, right? So I described the problem right here very specifically. I agitated the problem by telling you, that this is essentially going to lead to you not making any money, and you're going to be chasing vanity metrics and going through a popularity contest instead of getting money from the clients you already have. So then I give you the solution, which is the irresistible offer. I also proved the solution by giving you a testimonial. This is an awesome way that you can create an email that's not just a testimonial email, but not just a PAS, but you can combine these structures. Now, I suggest that you really do master all the structures that I give you in a minute. But what I do as a copywriter is I don't really load up a template and just write stuff in it. All I do is I just start to write, right? And I use essentially just like all of the structures myself, right? I'm like Avatar, the Last Airbender. I know all of the bending. I know earth, fire, air, water. I know all of the structures, and I can use them all whenever I want, okay? Eventually, you're going to get this good at copywriting, and it's going to be second nature to you. So if you're in need of some email templates and other copywriting sauce, I got you. I'm hooking you up. Down below in the free copy starter kit, you can go down and get literally so much stuff. Portfolio builder, 4D starter swipe file, which means like a bunch of collection of emails and just copy from professionals. Sales page swipe files, 4D copywriting templates, 4D outreach scripts, and still way more free courses and free trainings and free resources on top of that in the free copy starter kit down below. But the next step is to optimize and revise using AI. AI is a great tool. I use it all the time. I don't use it how a lot of other people say to use it, which is like have it write the emails for you. Sure, I'm sure you can probably do that, but I'm the copywriter. I would rather write the copy myself and then just improve it with AI. So the only 3 prompts that I really use to create this email is make these emails better, give me a funny analogy, and give me 10 options for whatever the analogy I'm trying to come up with is, and finish this sentence. Give me 10 options, right? So those are all that I used. So for example, finish this analogy in 10 ways and make them funny. Saying less views is better than getting more clients is like, right? So then I read these, I saw the donuts one, and I thought, what's another way I could use that? So I said, saying less views is better for getting clients is like saying that the Wendy's Baconator diet is the best for losing weight. Okay. So you see, it's kind of like a funny comedic relief analogy right there. I came up with that just by using ChatGPT. I didn't copy and paste ChatGPT, but I prompted it to actually give me some ideas. And this is how I use it. And this is how I love to use AI. And then I came up with another one. Come up with 10 different ways to say this phrase. An offer that's so good, it makes people feel stupid saying no, okay? The reason why I didn't want to use that exact wording is because although the creator used that wording, I know Alex Hormozi uses that wording all the time. So I wanted to come up with something fresh and something new, right? I don't like just regurgitating sayings. I really don't like that. So I asked it that. And it gave me some results here, but they weren't how I like them. So then I, again, just have to argue back and forth with ChatGPT. I said, keep the offer so good part, but completely change the second part so that it still means the offer is great, right? And then I got some right here, right? And then I used some of the best ones or just got some ideas from it and put it in the email. Pretty simple and straightforward. And next, of course, and certainly not least, is the peer review process, okay? As you can see in the school community, everybody's asking to look at your copy and to review it, right? Drop your exceptional copy here for review. Let me review your email for every Wednesday and Friday only. Get your copy reviewed here, right? Everybody wants to just look and review your copy. So the link for the free school community is also down below, okay? I'm hooking you guys up with all kinds of stuff. And remember, if you guys want to work with me personally, to help you make a full-time income with online copywriting, the link for that is down below in the description to apply, okay? So essentially me and my team holding your hand to getting your first or next premium copywriting client. And if you want to learn more about getting clients, I'll put some videos on screen for you now. I'll put the free 8-hour course up there, and I'll also put another free course on outreach and how to get your first copywriting clients now that you know how to write some awesome emails. All right, everybody, that's it for today. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.